Hey guys, good night, morning. This is the last video. um, I'm trying to record this video before I go ahead and go night night. You guys are actually gonna see me reference a lot of kids movies, most likely. The Lord speaks to me through many ways, through movies, through dreams, through songs, and most of the time when he be bringing up movies, like sometimes it be love movies and stuff, but sometimes it be like kid movies, cause I'm a big old kid. And I watched this one movie growing up called, I want to say, The Iron Giant. That's what it's called. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I was going to call him the Gentle Giant, but that actually has something to do with the word, okay? So, the Iron Giant, like, he, if you have seen this movie, it's like a kid's movie. It's like a cartoon movie. It's basically like this Iron Giant. I believe he's like from outer space, and he lands in the backyard, or back in the woods behind this little boy house, right? And this little boy and the Iron Giant become friends, and he teaches him how to communicate, and he tries to communicate with him, and this giant is just like this. It's this big, tall, thing of metal, hard looking exterior. And then when people found out about him, a lot of people thought that this alien was like, he didn't come in peace because of his outer exterior. And a lot of people judged him because of that. And or they rejected him because of that. But the boy knew the giant, the kids knew the giant, and they knew that he was gentle and he was soft. And this was the type of, in the Iron Giant, I think he even picked up animals and he wanted to pet them, and he was just really sweet and really gentle. And the Lord gave me a vision, a vision of this, and he spoke, your spouse will be gentle with you. He's not going to be harsh with you. Your spouse will be gentle with you. And if you guys have, seen harshness or experienced that in past relationships, or just maybe seen things, um, growing up or whatever, your God wants you to know it won't be like that. It won't be like that. This man will be gentle with you. God has often given me dreams of my spouse and how he will treat me, right? And my spouse was always in the dreams. He was always so gentle with me. I never got the dream about the peacocks and different stuff like. And I remember I went up to his hotel room, right? And he didn't try anything with me. He wasn't trying to do any other stuff. He was a complete gentleman, okay? And he kissed me on the cheek. He was so respectful of my boundaries in my dream, right? He didn't try to defile me or anything like that. Like he was just a really nice guy. He's a really sweet guy. And he was always gentle with me. Even in, I've had visions of him playing with our children on the ground, on the floor, just rolling around with them and laughing and um, just playing with them. And he's just so gentle. He's just smiling and filled with joy, and he was just handling them so gently, and they were just like beating them up and trying to play with them and stuff like that. And I remember just sitting I was in this vision, I was on the couch and I was just laughing. Like my heart was so full watching him play with our children. My heart was just so full. I remember I was on the couch and I was just sitting on the couch watching this happen, right? And you don't need to worry about your spouse being, now don't get me wrong, because keep in mind too, in the movie of the Iron Giant, remember when it came down to fighting off them, the things that was trying to come and hurt the humans, what he do? The Iron Giant, he got real aggressive, right? He started having lightning come out of his eyes. He started going into fight mode when it came to something threatening who he loved, right? And he loved that little boy. The Iron Giant in the movie loved that little boy, and he was protective of him. And your spouse will be the same way. He'll be to the outer world. He'll be protective over you and your family, right? But when he's with you, it's a whole nother thing. He's going to be a gentle man with you. He's going to love on you. Now, of course, no man is going to be perfect, right? But he's going to be considerate. it's gonna be the type of love that when you when he's done using the bathroom, he's gonna put the seat down, you know. And sometimes he might forget, and that's okay, right? That's okay. You know, nobody's perfect. Maybe he was halfway asleep, but it's gonna be the type of love that let me make sure I put the seat down because I know my wife's gonna come in here after me, and she might fall into the toilet, and then she gonna have to take a shower because she wet with all toilet water, right? And he gonna be considerate. He's going to be gentle with your feelings, with your emotions. Not perfect, right? And nobody's gonna be perfect. And you can't say, "Oh, he's never gonna hurt me." Like, no, you're putting an expectation on your spouse that's not true. Because at the end of the day, he's not God. He's human. He's a human being. He's a human being. Okay, and but he's going to be a God sent one, okay? He's going to be gentle with you. He's not going to be aggressive with you, pulling on you, putting his hands on you, you know, none of that stuff. None of that stuff. He's going to be gentle with you. And I remember, you know, growing up, they taught you that, you know, just from what you've seen like in the world and growing up, you know, like there's nothing. I remember, like, you know, I know I see this a lot now, you know, in like TikTok and these young girls, you know, I'm saying young, like, okay, and you see like a lot of these teenage girls, right? They're on here and they think that it's attractive when a man grabs them by their neck, you know, and there's nothing attractive about a man putting his hands on you when he's angry. Because this is not even in these videos, y'all, it's not even in a sexual manner. But it's a lot of these women on here talking about, you know, I'm going off on him just so he can get mad and be aggressive with me. Like, I really want to know who taught them that was love. You know, that's toxic. That is toxic. And as a wife, you don't want to provoke your husband to the point where he wants to put his hands on you. And as a husband, a man of God, first off, a son of God, the thought of putting your hands on your wife it should do something to you on the inside. Because someone who loves you is not going to put you in that position. Someone who cares about you is not going to put you in that position. So that's why God had to deal with a lot of us with our mouths. So that so that when we talk with our spouses or you have disagreements, you know, you can handle them in a mature way. Not saying that he's not gonna make you mad sometimes. Not saying that you're gonna want to pop off. Not even saying that you're gonna sometimes exercise that self-control. Because there gonna be some times where you gotta apologize for some stuff you said that you probably shouldn't have said. There's gonna be some times that he probably gonna have to ask for your forgiveness for some stuff that he said, right? Because it's two people just trying to become one. But your spouse, he's not gonna be mishandling you or rough with you. He's gonna be gentle with you. He's gonna love on you. And especially if you experience maybe, you know, that kind of stuff in the past, or you dealt with, you know, toxic relationships or domestic violence or different things like that, this man that God is sending is not going to do that to you. And vice versa, because men can be abused too. It can go both ways. Your spouse is not going to be like that with you. And that's the vision that God gave me of that giant, of the Iron Giant. Like, he was so He was so on the exterior, he didn't even realize his power. He was so strong. He was so gentle. He was so loving and so considerate and so curious. And he had like this childlikeness about him. And I just remember as a kid like loving him. I would just remember just wanting to be his friend. As a kid, I was just like, oh, I just want to be friends with that little giant. He's so nice. He's so nice, right? And everybody on the outside like, oh my gosh, that giant, he got to be a bad guy. Well, that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case, right? He was misunderstood. He was so misunderstood. He was just a misunderstood character, right? But at the end of the day, like, his character was to be gentle. His character was gentle. So this is not going to be him putting on an act. He's really going to be gentle. I never forgot a dream I had where God literally told me to break up with this guy I was dating at the time. And he gave me a dream and I was running away from this guy. It was a representation of him, but in a dream, I knew that it was him, that God was showing me that I needed to break up with this person because our relationship would become this, right? Now, this person I was dating at the time, he was, emotionally and sometimes verbally abusive, right? And things had started to even physically manifest, right? And I remember the dream I had. I was at my friend's house and I had a dream, and immediately when I woke up, I knew that the person that was doing this stuff to me, I knew that it was him. And I knew that me and old dude had to break up. And that day, y'all, I texted him and broke up with him. Because I was just like, oh no, no, no. I'm not about to deal with this. I'm not gonna have that happen to me. No. I mean, I was running out of fear of my life in this dream. And this person did have a temper, right? They had a temper. But at the end of the day, God will warn you and he'll protect you. But with this love that's being sent to you, this spouse, he's going to be gentle with you. He won't be perfect, so we're not going to put expectations on them like you're just expecting everything to be perfect. Because it's not true. It's not true. But this spouse, he's going to be considerate and he's going to be gentle with you. He's going to be gentle. So if you were wondering, well, my spouse, do stuff, will he be aggressive and all this other stuff? Like, no, that's not not his character. Like, literally, God is sending men with character, with substance, who understand how a daughter of God is supposed to be treated, who understand, and never mind, stuff in the past. That's not going to be the case. This man is going to be new. You're going to be new. Right? And things are going to be different. So the men that God is sending are literally gentle little iron giants. Not little iron giants, but gentle iron giants. And what I mean by that is they have the tougher outer shell to protect you right? To be your protector. But at the same time, they have this gentleness about them. Yeah, this gentleness. All right, guys, so that's the word. I love you. Good night.